Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the CFFL 2020 Draft Lottery. Today we'll be revealing the picks for our team for the upcoming season, as well as discussing a few other things in between before we get to the picks. This season we decided to drop the league back down to 12 teams. Last season it was 14. We had a couple of owners drop out, and I felt the need that 12 teams is good enough. So we'll be having 12 teams. As you know, we have decided to redraft. I'll put it up to the owners of the CFFL via our Facebook group page to vote on to redraft, to have keepers, and mostly everyone voted for a redraft. So I was fine with that, and so that's why we're here today to do our picks. This season is going to be a little different. Nothing major, but it's going to be a pay to play. Past few seasons, we've had a little bit of trouble getting the money in at a decent time. So in order to draft, you will have to pay your $20 before the draft. If you do not pay your $20, we will find a replacement. I just think that's fair, and it's a little incentive to want to play. So it will be pay to play this season. Later on in the season, we'll put a poll up on our Facebook to decide on if we want this league to remain a redraft league, or if we want to go back the old way and do keepers. Like I said, I'll put that up later on, and we'll go from there. But for right now, it'll be a redraft. And so later on, we will be doing our picks. Same concept as last year. I've placed the 12 owners' names. Each of them are in an envelope with the official CFFL logo on the front here. Those will be in randomized order, and I will draw accordingly. With that being said, coming up next is an interview that I did with 4 of our CFFL owners. We will have Adam Banks, Ashley Hahn, Zach Hahn, and Jordan Knatzer joining us via Zoom in an interview shortly after these breaks.
Hey everybody, I'm Adam Banks and I'm the host of Off the Cuff. If you enjoy real, raw, authentic talk radio, this is the show for you. Listen live every Thursday afternoon from 4 to 5 right here on Radio Lex WLXU 93.9 LPFM, Lexington, Kentucky.
Welcome back to the Draft Lottery Show. Now with me, joined via wherever they shall be, we have Zach Hahn, Ashley Hahn, Adam Banks, and Jordan Knatzer. I just wanted to get you guys in and get some thoughts about the upcoming season. We decided to redraft the season, and like I said earlier, we knocked the league down to 12 teams. We'll start with Jordan. Jordan, coming off a 7-6 season in 2019. You lost in the semifinals, I believe. And when I first got your thoughts on a redraft, you were down for it. And last year you did have Saquon Barkley, who I believe was his first pick overall. How does it feel to know that you'll be losing, more than likely losing Barkley going into this season?
I mean, I would like to have him back, but, I think at this point it's almost going to be a redraft every season. But it's kind of the best way to do it, in my opinion. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Hopefully I get another high draft pick, and we'll roll from there. So I'm ready to get the season started if there is a season.
We lost you, Jordan.
I'm back.
I think there'll be a season. That's a discussion for another day, but we'll say for now there's going to be a fantasy football season. And and like you said, you think that we'll be headed towards redrafting every season, which I'm going to put that up for a poll. I mentioned that earlier in the show that we are going to each season we'll vote on a redraft keeper, and that'll come later on down the season, or towards probably the middle or end of the season. Well, good luck this year, and hope you get your draft pick that you wanted. And we'll we'll go up to New York City, where Zachary Hahn has disappeared,
He just left. Where'd he go?
and he just left. There he is.
There he is.
Hey Zach, you coming off a disappointing 4-9 season last year. You know you are a champ. You won in 2017. But last year, you drafted Devontae Adams in the first round, and he was a pretty big disappointment. You know, I believe he missed a few games. And can you got any strategies going into this season? You know, say you don't get first, second, third round pick. What's your favorite position to draft from? You know, you could say fourth or fifth, whatever. But do you have a strategy behind that? Like if you get 12th pick, you know, it rolls back over to you and you get the next pick. What's your favorite pick?
You know, for us, it really doesn't matter here. You know, we come in the building every day and we just look up at the sign and it says give 100%. And that's what we do. So whether we're picking first, you know, or we're picking 12th, wherever, whether it's a 14-team league, it really doesn't matter. You know, we are 100% effort. That's what we live by. So, you know, you asking those questions, it's really just kind of a waste of time.
Appreciate the answer on that. One more thing for you, Zach, before I let you go. I realized last year, I noticed from last year, you used Fantasy Pros. I was sitting beside you on the couch when we drafted the Jordans, and last year was my first season actually listening to the Fantasy Pros podcast. So I know that you go a little bit towards Fantasy Pros. But my team went 12-1. You went 9-4. You describe what happened between there. You know, we're using the same. We're getting the same analysis or analysts. You got any thoughts about that? What happened? What went wrong there?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be easy for me to sit up here and blame it on this website or that website, but you know, that's 2019. That's in the rear view. And well, like I said, 100% effort every day. That's what we're focused on. We're focused on what's in front of us. And, you know, not to change the subject or to get away from your question, but I heard Jordan talking about, is there going to be a season? And, you know, we've had some guys in for workouts. And what we've been trying to do as far as that goes is actually just go ahead and get them to catch COVID so that, you know, we're not going to have, like, people missing games for that later on. So, you know, as far as experts go, I could really care less.
Appreciate it, Zach.
Thanks.
We'll head over to Ashley. Ashley, you finished 9-4 in 2019, and a heartbreaking loss to yours truly. I think it was a 2.75 points that I beat you by. It was close. I thought that you had it in the bag, but so what's your feelings on that? Are you recovered from that loss? You just moving forward to 2020?
You know, we're still trying to recover. We have a lot of heart in this team, and that's kind of where we struggled last year is we just choose with the heart. So we're really going to have to look at that for draft strategy this year. You know, Drew Brees has always been up there as our top quarterback, but I don't know if he's the best pick anymore. We got to stop choosing with our heart. So we're really looking to, you know, recover, draft some incoming fresh talent, maybe look at some wide receivers and some running backs. You know, you gave us a hard game. You just had your good players. And when it comes down to the small defensive players like that, there's a problem that we got to fix. So going to try to start fresh, get some heavy hitters in there, that wide receiver running back spot, and see if we can come back for some revenge.
Speaking of running backs, you were also one of the first people who said you didn't mind a redraft. And last year you had Ezekiel Elliott as well as Derrick Henry. And looking at the draft projections this year, both of those are in the top 10 of the average draft pick. Were you fine losing those two stud running backs?
I am. I think that we have some chemistry to work on this team, and so we really got to get some new hitters in there. I mean, it's easy to be like, this player carried me, that player carried me, this player had a high point average, but, you know, you got to get some better chemistry, some better guys. You got to look at those bye weeks and learn how to mesh players a little bit better. So it'll be hard recovering from some of those losses, but I think we got some fresh talent out there. We've got Dalvin Cooks out there on Minnesota that we're kind of eyeballing right now. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst to have Ezekiel back, but we'll kind of see how it plays out.
Thank you, and good luck in the draft lottery later on.
Thanks. Good luck, Chad.
Adam Banks finished 9-4 last season, lost in the semifinals to Ashley, I believe. No, it wasn't Ashley. It might have been me. I don't know who beat you, but I know somebody beat you in the semifinals. Last year you picked David Johnson. He's your first pick, and he was rather a bust. However, like I said, you did finish top 3 in the league. Finished 3rd overall. Do you pin that on luck or good ownership? You know, to lose your first round pick is key. It sets up your season, and to not have him produce like you thought he would. Do you think that's just good ownership, or can you explain that to me?
Yeah, that's 100% good ownership. That's the epitome of good ownership right there. See, what you have to do as an owner is you need to take sometimes the bad picks, just like a raw, ugly lemonade. You got to squeeze that and turn it into a nice, juicy drink. And that's exactly what I did with my team. I took the headbangers and I turned them into a top contender. Finished top 3. What was that record? 9-4?
9-4 last year, yes.
9-4. That's 9 biggins that I won. That's how many of y'all had 9? I don't think that anybody on this call had 9, even the person who took me down. So, and that might not be true. There might have been one other person that had 9. But, yeah, that's 100% good ownership. I'm more prepared than ever to tackle this season. More than anything, we've been pushing our guys in the gym, COVID-free. They say that the gym's the hot spot for the COVID. That's fake news. They want you to say that so you don't get you guys in the gym. But we're ready. We finished top 3. We're ready to get back to this season and take it home. Take it back right where it belongs, and that's right here in Knott County.
Thank you, Mr. Banks. Well, guys, I
Thank
appreciate everyone joining me on this these Zoom interviews. First time using Zoom, and it took us a while to get set up, but I think it turned out fairly well. The draft picks will be revealed here shortly. Good luck to everybody, and we'll see you later. Thank you. And welcome back. As you saw in the short clip, the draft is set for September 4th at 8 p.m. I forgot to mention that at the top of the show. It'll be at Jordan's. Jordan is being nice enough to host that for the 2nd year in a row. So if you're available on September 4th, come on out. The more the better. If you can't make it, hopefully you'll still be able to draft. It's not a live draft, so you're not required to come in person. But it was fun last season, and I think we can have an even better turnout this season. It'd be nice if all 12 owners could make it, but if you can't make it, please understand. So with all that out of the way, we are ready to reveal the draft picks. Like I said earlier, it's the same concept as last season. The owners' names are in these envelopes. I'm going to shuffle them up, give them a good shuffle so no one thinks that I've rigged this or it's because it's live. It's a one-shot take here. So I'm gonna shuffle these up real fast, give them a good shuffling, and let me give Jimmy just a few more seconds and to get these all out of order here. Good luck to everybody. Hope you get the pick that you would like. Okay, so we're ready here. All right. With the 12th pick in the 2020 CFFL draft, 12th pick belongs to Ryan Stanford. Ryan, you finished 5-8 last season, finished 6th overall, lost in the semifinals, I believe, in the playoffs. It's a tough, very tough position to draft from, but I know that you always like drafting that last spot because you have that turnaround right and go to the next pick. So it'll be interesting to see. Ryan's a very good owner in all fantasy sports. I'm sure that no matter what pick he has, he'll still be very successful. So Ryan, you have the 12th pick. The 11th pick belongs to Greg Squires. Greg finished 5-8 last year, finished in 13th place. I remember it was a 14-team league. Greg will be looking to make the playoffs this season. I believe that's 2 years in a row Greg's missed the playoffs. I could be wrong. So, Greg, you have the 11th pick. The 10th pick belongs to none other than Ashley Hahn. Ashley was a runner-up in last season. So if we didn't redraft, she would have had second to last pick. So she improves her draft pick by a couple of spots. Ashley's also one of those owners who, no matter what pick she gets, she always does fairly well. With the 9th pick, Adam Banks. Adam Banks was 9-4 last season, finished 4th. I believe this is his first time making the playoffs since he joined the league. So I'm sure he'll be excited about that 9th pick. The 8th pick belongs to Bogdan. Bogdan finished 13th. No, excuse me. Bogdan finished in last place last season, which is surprising because Bogdan's been one of the more competitive players, or one of the most competitive owners in the league since it started. Bogdan won the inaugural season back in 2015. So good luck, Bogdan. The 7th pick goes to myself, Chad Rainwater. I also had 7th pick last year. I guess 7's my lucky number. I was actually the champion last year, so if we didn't redraft the season, I had last pick. So I will take number 7. The 6th pick, Jordan Knatzer. Jordan's right there in the middle of the pack. He finished 3rd last year, lost in the semifinals. So Jordan he lost in back-to-back seasons. He has lost the top 2 running backs in Shaquan Barkley and Christian McCaffrey. So it looks like Jordan, for the first time in 3 seasons, he won't be getting a top running back. The 5th pick goes to Aaron Squires. Aaron finished 6 and 7 last year, missed the playoffs. So he's getting a pretty decent pick this year. See if he can make the playoffs the first time in a season or 2. 4th pick belongs to Courtney Sample. Courtney finished 11th last year at 5-8, and should be looking to make the playoffs. Pretty good draft pick right there. Looks like she'll land her top running back. 3rd pick belongs to Ann Knatzer, champion of 2018. Joined us in 2018, taking over a team and completely running through the league to win the championship. So Ann will look like she'll have a top tier player with that draft pick. Number 2 pick belongs to Travis Arnold. Travis had 2nd pick last year as well. So he, for the 2nd year in a row, has a great opportunity to get a star player. Travis made the playoffs last season, and he's looking to do it for a 2nd year in a row. And with the 1st pick in the 2020 CFFL draft belongs to, and we had him on earlier, and he said it didn't matter if he had the first pick or the 12th pick, he was going to basically buy out anyway. And that goes to Zach Hahn. Zach, congratulations on your number 1 overall pick. I know you're thrilled. I know you're jumping up on the couch. You got a lot of thinking to do of who you're going to take number 1 overall. But congratulations, and congratulations to everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the draft show. I look forward to another great season in fantasy football. Like I said earlier, it's pay to play, $20 before the draft. Draft is set for September 4th at 8 p.m. at Jordan's. If you're able to make it, let us know. If not, that's okay. Just hope everybody can draft. If you have problems with that draft date, please get to me at a time prior to that, and we'll try to work things out. But that's all I have for tonight, guys. Thanks again, and have a good night.